A filter coffee machine, the button we hit the moment we get out of bed, and the cup of coffee we grab from the first corner cafe when we get to work have become a kind of metropolitan addiction. So, is drinking black coffee on an empty stomach in the morning beneficial or harmful? Can you drink coffee on an empty stomach? Does it help with weight loss? Does it carry any risks? Before we start talking about these, I have a small request from you. I opened my channel very recently, and by subscribing you can motivate me, enable notifications, and help increase my motivation to create content. Please subscribe and stay tuned down now. Drinking coffee on an empty stomach in the morning can cause the following side effects. Drinking coffee on an empty stomach may trigger certain problems. It may have certain benefits and certain harms. But I'm setting all these aside for a moment because most of the studies on this topic are fairly small in scale. In general, drinking coffee on an empty stomach in the morning is not harmful. But there are two important points to consider. First, individuals who struggle with dyspeptic complaints, gastritis, or reflux can experience worsening symptoms when they drink coffee on an empty stomach due to the acidic load. In other words, drinking coffee first thing in the morning may increase your gastrointestinal discomfort. But what if you don't have any of these complaints? No reflux, no gastritis, no discomfort during the day? Can you drink coffee on an empty stomach in the morning? There is another potential side effect. Studies show that drinking morning coffee before the cortisol peak occurs can cause heart palpitations. If the palpitations are due to an underlying arrhythmia, you should avoid it. But if the increased heart rate is simply from caffeine, and you can tolerate it without experiencing significant discomfort, then drinking coffee on an empty stomach is generally not harmful. However, experts recommend a certain time window for coffee. The ideal time to drink coffee in the morning is around 10 a.m., and in the afternoon the ideal time is 2 p.m. The reason is this. Cortisol typically peaks around 8 a.m. Cortisol is the hormone that prepares your body for the day. When you drink coffee too early, before this cortisol peak, you interfere with your natural hormonal rhythm. There are no serious side effects reported about this, but once the cortisol peak drops, your body may experience a sense of fatigue or sleepiness again. To restore alertness and cognitive function, you can drink a cup of coffee around 10 a.m. in the afternoon. You should avoid drinking coffee immediately after a meal. Many people blame tea for iron deficiency, but coffee binds iron 4 times more strongly than tea does. It also binds zinc and calcium. When coffee is consumed right after meals, it can significantly affect mineral absorption. Therefore, you should wait at least 45 minutes to 1 hour after eating to drink coffee. By then, your body has already absorbed most of the minerals. That's why I recommend having your afternoon coffee around 2 p.m. and your morning coffee around 10 a.m. But what if you've already developed a habit of drinking coffee first thing in the morning? Is this a bad behavior? Honestly, there are so many things we do wrong throughout the day that coffee would be almost the last thing on the list. If you enjoy drinking coffee, go ahead. I've shared the ideal times. But if you prefer drinking coffee on an empty stomach, I have a suggestion to get some medium and short-chain fatty acids. You can add a teaspoon, or if that feels heavy, half a teaspoon of coconut oil to your coffee. These fatty acids metabolize quickly, prepare you for the day, boost your metabolism, and accelerate fat burning. A teaspoon of coconut oil won't raise anyone's cholesterol or cause heart disease. If you drink coffee on an empty stomach in the morning, I recommend adding a little coconut oil for support. I believe this video has made coffee lovers pretty happy. If you have the habit of drinking coffee on an empty stomach and you don't experience the side effects I mentioned, you can continue enjoying your coffee. See you again. Take care.